Looking around the face, the wrinkles, pores, age spots, and beard stubble are all still clearly visible. Alright, whether it's writing, generating images, editing videos, composing music, or building software, tasks that once took hours or even days can now be completed much faster with the right AI tools. I'm pretty sure you are aware of it. The same is happening in 3D. In the 3D world. Instead of starting every project from scratch, AI can now generate characters, props, products, environments, and other 3D assets in just a few minutes. And those generated models can end up in all kinds of workflows. For example, they can become game assets, product visualizations, animations, visual effects, marketing content, AR and VR experiences, collectibles, or even physical objects through 3D printing. But generating a model is only part of the process. When you're presenting a product, building a game, creating a cinematic shot, or preparing a close-up render, people are not just looking at the overall shape. They notice the material quality, the surface detail, the way light reacts to the object, and whether the model still feels believable when viewed up close. Today we're talking about Hyper3D. The cool thing about Hyper3D is that it now has a new update aimed at solving the mentioned problem. With Rodin Gen 2.5, it introduces what it describes as the world's first native 12K texture. Yes, you heard it correctly, 12K texture. Designed to make AI-generated 3D models look sharper, more detailed, and more consistent when viewed from different angles. So in this video, I'm going to generate a 3D model from reference images, enable the new geometry and texture features. I'll inspect the final result up close and see whether this update actually delivers the level of realism it's aiming for. I'm excited for this one. I hope you too. Let's dive deep. I'm on the Hyper3D main page with Rodin Gen 2.5 selected, and the geometry mode is already set to extreme high. I'll upload the reference images I want to turn into a 3D model. I chose a bald elderly man with lots of wrinkles because it's a good way to see how well the geometry and 12K texture hold up when you zoom in on fine details like skin pores, wrinkles, and other surface imperfections. It's all ready. I'll click Generate. The initial geometry is ready. Right now it is still just the mesh, so it has this plain metallic looking preview before the material is generated. Since this is a human portrait, I kept the model symmetrical so both sides of the head stay balanced. I'll turn on micro because I want the model to have more fine sculpted detail at the geometry stage before the texture is added later. Next, I am going to click redo so the micro setting is actually applied to the geometry. Since I enabled micro after the initial generation, Rodin needs to generate the geometry so those finer sculpted details become part of the mesh. And this is important because I don't want to rely on the texture alone to create all the fine detail later. Before the 12K material is generated, I want the actual geometry to already contain as much of that fine surface detail as possible. Once the updated geometry is ready, I'll click confirm and move into the material stage where the 12K texture is generated. Up to this point, Rodin has already created the shape of the model. Now it's time to generate the material that gives it its actual appearance. This is also where the new native 12K texture comes in, so I'll set the thinking effort to extreme high and click generate to get the final material. At this point, Rodin is generating the material for the model. Unlike the geometry stage, this is where the surface information is created, including the skin, color, and fine texture details. Since I'm using the new native 12K option, this is the stage I'm most interested in seeing. The material is finished. Let's take a look. Looking around the face, the wrinkles, pores, age spots, and beard stubble are all still clearly visible. Even as I rotate the model, those details remain consistent instead of falling apart from different angles. The back of the head and neck also keep a good amount of surface detail because those are areas that are often much smoother on AI generated models. Overall, the 12K texture is doing a good job of preserving the fine surface details across the entire model rather than just on the front of the face. And of course, no AI generated model is going to be absolutely perfect. But at normal viewing distance and even in these close-ups, the amount of detail it manages to preserve is impressive. Using just the front and back reference images, this is a strong result. It captures both the overall likeness and a surprising amount of subtle surface detail, which is exactly what you'd want to see from a native 12K texture. With the model finished, I can now export it. Hyper3D supports multiple export formats, multiple export options, so you can simply choose the one that best fits your workflow and the software you plan to use. After testing Rodin Gen 2.5 from geometry generation through the new native 12K texture, I think this update delivers where it matters most. The biggest improvement for me is that the result feels more usable beyond a quick preview. So the model has enough surface detail to be inspected, rotated, and viewed from different angles without immediately losing believability. And that is where the native 12K texture makes the update feel more meaningful because it gives the model more room to hold up in close-up shots and real creative workflows. I also like that the workflow itself is straightforward. Going from a couple of reference images to a detailed textured model only takes a few steps, which makes it much easier to iterate on ideas. That said, there are still moments where you can tell the model is AI generated. Some finer details are interpreted rather than reproduced exactly. So if you're looking for a perfect one-to-one recreation, you may still want to make additional refinements depending on your project. But even so, I think that's a reasonable trade-off considering how quickly the model is generated. For concept work, product visualization, game assets, animation, collectibles, and many other creative workflows, it provides a strong starting point while preserving a surprising amount of detail. Overall, I think the combination of microgeometry and the new native 12K texture is a meaningful step forward for creating more realistic AI-generated 3D models. And if you'd like to try Hyper3D and explore the new native 12K texture for yourself, check out the links in the description. I've included all the links in the description. I'm done for now, and I'll talk to you soon. Ivan KV out.